can wish you students.
Good morning, students.
And I have kept pen and eraser. Sir, write something. No. Write English something you write.
Hope you could read the board. Let's continue from where we stopped yesterday. Let's add on a bit to the subject-verb agreement. I told you yesterday, singular subject takes singular verb in the present tense. Basically, we should be able to identify singular and plural subjects and verbs in the present tense. Just to sum up, has, have. Has is singular, have is plural. We have is, am, singular. Plural of has is, have, am is, are, and plural past tense were. So we should remember have, has, is, am, are. These are the nouns, subjects, singular and plural. When it comes to verbs, when it comes to nouns, we say boy, boys, ending with yes is plural when it comes to subjects, nouns. But when it comes to verbs, yes is singular, other one is plural. Very simple examples. Walk, plural. Walks, singular. Reads, singular. Read, plural. Bear this in mind always. Before I move on to the next one, I just want to remind you one important, very small thing I had told you in the class. When we use a do verb, hope you remember do verbs, auxiliary do verbs, do, did, done. When we use a do verb, the primary verb that follows should always be in the present tense. Should always be in the present tense. Remember this. Do you like coffee? Do you like coffee? Like is the primary verb. Then, do you walk every day? Look at this. Kill, present tense, killed is past tense. See, why I am telling you this is, sometimes you are asked to frame a question with a do verb to get the answer given in the sentence. Let's take a very simple example. Some villagers killed a tiger. Villagers killed a tiger. you are asked to frame a question with the do verb. To get this answer, villagers killed a tiger. Now look at this. Killed a tiger. Killed is in the past tense. Therefore, we have to use did. Do, did, done. So we have to use past tense did. Remember, I told you, when we use a do verb, the primary verb should be in the present tense. Villagers killed a tiger. Killed is a primary verb. Now that should be converted into present tense. Now we have to use a do verb, that is, now here we have to use did because it is in the past tense. Now, did the villagers kill a tiger? That is the question you have to form. Generally this is asked. Now let's move on to, so with this small addition, let's move on to the next topic for today, pronouns. Or before that, let's run through active, passive voice. You have only passive voice. Say, let's just imagine a situation where some accident has occurred. The injured are taken to the hospital. Now, in a passive voice, remember the stress, the importance is on what is done, not who does it. The doer is ignored, not important, but what is done gains importance. We are stressing on what is done, the action that is done. Now, an accident has taken place, injured are moved to the hospital, they are treated there. Just now, let's frame a sentence. The injured were treated. Look at this. The injured were treated. Who treated? That is not important. We are not referring to who treated, but what was done. Treatment was given. So we are stressing on that. The injured were treated. Prizes were distributed. Who distributed the prizes? That is unimportant. Vaccine is discovered, or vaccine is invented, vaccine is prepared. Who prepared the vaccine? Who invented the vaccine? Scientists. See, that goes without saying. Who treated the doctor? Who treated the patients? Doctor. That's understood. Holiday was declared. Results were announced. Who announced the results? That is unimportant. English was taught. Who taught? Is unimportant. Therefore, passive voice is a form which is primarily used to highlight the action and not the doer. Who does the action goes behind the curtain, but what he does gains importance. See, that is why we use passive voice. This is generally used in scientific reports. Students, I hope you have the textbook in front of you, streams. Just see that passive voice, open to that chapter. Passive voice. Some exercises are given at the end of the chapter. Run through them. Run through them. It is already done in the class, I suppose. Anyway, go through the exercises, fill the blanks given over there. You shouldn't find them difficult. In case of any difficulty, please pose your questions. Feel free to ask. So now, subject, verb, agreement. Hope you remember, as I've been telling you, subject, verb, agreement is a very, very important topic. Passive voice, of course. So yesterday I didn't get any question from any of you. Hope you didn't ask me questions because you fully understood. Passive voice is always in the participle. Is always in the participle. So what is done, what was done is important, is significant. It is brought to the forefront and not who does it. So let's move on. Let's revise the next topic, pronouns. We have spent a lot of time on this topic, pronouns. We have also learned the different classifications, different categories, different pronouns, how they are classified. We have seen personal pronouns, we have seen possessive pronouns, we have seen reflexive pronouns, we have seen relative pronouns, we have also seen demonstrative pronouns. All different categories of pronouns we have understood with examples. Pronouns, personal pronouns. Imagine how we would have communicated without pronouns. As we know, I, you, we, she, it, they, all of them, he, she, it, all of them are classified as pronouns. How? You just can't imagine how we could have communicated without these pronouns. I take you the example of one simple example of Alexander. Alexander came to India. I imagine we don't have pronouns with us. Alexander came to India. Alexander was a great warrior. If we don't use the word he, you have to keep on saying Alexander. Every time we have to refer to him. Imagine how it would have been without I, without mine, me. All of them are pronouns. Without these pronouns, how horrible that it would have been to communicate. Therefore, pronouns in king occupy a very important position in the English language. I just want to take you through some of the pronouns which keep on appearing in the exams. Now, for example, let us take a very simple example, pronoun another. Another. That ice cream is nice. That ice cream is nice. Can I have another? Can I have another? Underline another. You are asked to say what another refers to. Undoubtedly, it is ice cream. See, that's how questions appear in the exam. Be sure you are sure to face a question of 4 marks from this pronouns chapter. Very easy. Can't afford to lose even 1 mark here. Be sure you get all the 4. You are asked to write the answer 4, explain all the 4 pronouns, what they refer to in the small passage given there. Let's take one more example, one more pronoun, one. O-N-E, one. You go to a shop. You want to buy a shirt. You tell the shopkeeper to show you some shirts. He shows some shirts. You see one. You say, "Sir, this shirt is rather big. Can you show me a smaller one? Can you show me a smaller one?" Underline 1. What does 1 refer to? It refers to shirt. So 1 refers to shirt. Your answer should be against 1. You have to say shirt. We have, another simple example, another simple pronoun would be this. It is called a demonstrative pronoun. This is the book I was looking for. This is the book I was looking for. Underline this. What does this refer to? Undoubtedly, book. Another pronoun, many. I have invited a lot of guests. Many have already come. Many refers to guests. Let's take another pronoun, some. Some. There are a lot of mangoes in the basket. There are a lot of mangoes in the basket. You can take some. There are a lot of mangoes in the basket. You can take some. Underline some. Some means mangoes. Let's move on to another simple, very simple one. When, where, let's say, I was in the market this morning. That's when I saw him. What does when mean? When means morning. May not be a pronounced in the strict sense, but underline this. So now, with this, I think we can move on to one or two more examples. Who, a relative pronoun. Who is a relative pronoun? Who. The person you met, the person who you met is my driver. The person who you met is my driver. See, now nowadays we don't use whom more. Generally, wherever whom occurs, we use who. For whom is not used frequently, but in its place we use who. And then himself, it is a reflexive pronoun. Himself is a reflexive pronoun. Myself is a reflexive pronoun. You stand in front of the mirror. You stand in front of a mirror. What do you see there? You stand in front of a mirror. What do you see there? Yourself. So, I saw myself in the mirror. I saw myself in the mirror. Myself. That is a reflexive term. It reflects to the subject. There is one more reflexive pronoun which is classified as intensive pronouns. Intensive pronouns. I have given you this example in the class also. I will give the same example now also. Remember, these are all revision classes where I am not dealing in depth. Just I am referring to them, passing on. Narendra Modi, or the Prime Minister himself, called me. Not his PA. The PM himself called me. Himself. Where it is intensive. The intensity. We are stressing. The PM himself. You are sick. You are hospitalized. Your principal visits you. What will you say? The principal man herself came to see me. The principal man herself came to see me. She didn't depute her faculty member. She herself came to see me. Look at the intensity. That's why it is called an intensive pronoun. Then you see mine. See, we have three categories. When it comes to personal pronouns, we say I, subjective, me, objective, mine, possessive. We have subjective pronouns, objective pronouns, and possessive pronouns. So mine is a possessive pronoun. Similarly, we have the possessive pronouns in respect of all the subjective and personal pronouns. We have he, I, we, they, he, she, it. All of them have possessive pronouns. Remember, when I say objective pronouns, I, objective pronoun of I is me. Therefore, me should always come in the object's place. It cannot come as a subject. A very simple example to give you. My father and I went to the market. My father and I. Or you can make it simple. then if it is the object, it becomes me. So I comes as Mary and I went to the market. When it comes as subject, Mary and I went to market. If it is me, father took Mary and me to the market. Don't say, my father took Mary and I to the market. You can't say that. Don't say, my father took Mary and I to the market, because it is coming as object. It should be me. It can't be I. So that's how we use them. So subjective pronoun comes at the subject place. Objective pronoun comes at the object's place. These are certain small things you have to bear in mind. We generally go wrong when we use I and me. We get confused. Therefore, when you are using I in the object's place, it should be me. Subject place, it should be I. So with this small revision, let's move on to another very important rather, concept, tenses. I've spent a lot of time on this particular topic. Similarly, I spent a lot of time on direct reported speech in the second year. I spent a lot of time on tenses in the first year. In second PU, I spent a lot of time on direct reported speech. Both are very, very important topics. Tenses, this is where, see, this is very important, because this is what we use every day, conversation, communication. Same thing we use when we write the answers. Thoughts come to us in our mother tongue. We have to transmute that into English when we write the answers. Therefore, knowledge of tenses is crucial to write the answers, to communicate. So be sure you get your tenses right. I've given umpteen number of examples for each of the tense that we use. I've given you 4 or 5 lines. I get up early in the morning. Get up. I brush my teeth. Simple present. I take bath. Once again, simple present. I drink coffee. Drink is simple present. I eat my breakfast. Eat, simple present. I go to school or college, whatever it may be. Once again, simple present. I go to college. I take bath. I drink tea. I do my homework. I walk every day. All of them are in simple present tense. Now, students, remember, we use simple present tense to say what I do every day, what I do repeatedly, what I do on a routine basis. What I do on a routine basis. We use simple present. Unfortunately, I go to school is enough. It is enough if you say I go to college. It is enough if you say I drink coffee. It is enough if you say I do my homework. But unfortunately, we have got so much used to use will in all these sentences. I will go to college. See, we use will very freely where it is uncalled for. Remember, the person sitting in front of you will generally will also judge you by the language you talk. Therefore, don't use will when it is not called for. Say, I go to college. It conveys the meaning thoroughly. Don't say, I will go to college. Will go to college is used in a different context, not in this. Be careful when you are using simple present. You don't need to use will. Then we have simple past. Very simple. I get up early in the morning. Simple past would be I got up early in the morning. I drink tea. I drank tea. Very simple. Then we have present continuous tense. Then we have past continuous tense, present perfect tense, past perfect tense, future tense, all these things. All these are very particularly when it comes to perfect tense. This is where we go wrong. This is where we go wrong. Perfect tense. Generally, most of us go wrong when we use this present and past perfect tense. I went to market. Nice. We understand. I went to market. Very easy. Not a problem. Not an issue at all. I easily understand. I had gone to market. They are not the same. Tenses are different. Just to give you, just to bring in our regional language here. ನಾನು ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ಗೆ ಹೋದೆ. ಫೈನ್, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು. ನಾನು ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ. ಹೋದೇನೆ ಬೇರೆ, ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೂಡ ಬೇರೆ. ಇದು ನಮಗೆ ಮನವರಿಕೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು. This should register. When to use had gone to market. When to use I went to market. So knowledge of all these things are very necessary. So when we use perfect tense, have and has, should be necessarily followed by the primary verb in the participle. Go, went, gone. This is where we generally go wrong. I had ate a mango, we say. I had went to market. My father had went to the bus stand. No, it should be in the past. The primary verb we are using in the past tense, all of them are wrong. We should use them in the participle. This is very, very important. This is where we generally go wrong. So, if you remember these tenses properly, it is almost sure you have got your language right. Tenses hold the key. Therefore, if you haven't got your tenses right, please run through the notes you have taken down last year with all the examples we have given. You have also constructed a lot of sentences using these tenses. Even then I had told you tenses. See, that is the heart. That is the most important thing. You must get them right. You have made sentences with them, in all these tenses. Run through them again. Get your tenses right. So, if you have any questions on these tenses, feel free to ask me. Feel free to ask me. Pose your questions. I'll try to answer. So now we have revised several topics. Pronouns, I tell you, you are sure to get a question of 4 marks. Verb, tenses, once again, 3 to 4 marks. You are sure to get a question of 4 marks generally. Tenses. Read the question. You can surely make out the tense. Then choose the verb in the right form, in the appropriate form, and fill in the blanks. Don't be hasty. Read slowly. First, understand the tense. In what tense the sentence is constructed. Then you attempt the answer. Understand? Get your tenses right. Remember all the tenses. Get them right. Till now we have revised several topics. Yesterday I told you already I didn't get any question. Even now you can post your questions on yesterday's topics as well. And now we move on to question tags. Small, very small topic there, very small topic. Question tags. We know one basic rule is if the sentence is assertive or positive, the question tag should be in the negative. If the sentence is negative, question tag should be positive. If the question tag has an auxiliary verb, you should surely use that same auxiliary verb in the question tag. For example, if the sentence has have, has, had, is, am, or whatever it is, any auxiliary or any auxiliary verb, you should necessarily use the same auxiliary verb in the question tag. She is a teacher. Isn't she? Is. See, similar. Remember, recall all the sentences that were worked out in the class. Umpteen number of examples were worked out. There's a big exercise in the textbook. Run through the exercise once again. And if the main question doesn't have an auxiliary verb, then what to do? How to go about it? She likes coffee. She likes coffee. We don't have an auxiliary verb here. We don't have is, was, am, are, were, yavu, illa. She likes coffee. Likes is the verb. Now there is no auxiliary verb. In such an instant, we have to use the do verb. She likes coffee. Doesn't she? Doesn't, because it is positive, sentence is assertive positive. She likes coffee. Doesn't she? ಇದನ್ನ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಒಂದು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಗೆ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಟ್ಯಾಗ್ ಕೂಡ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ these are the areas, scoring areas where you should not lose any mark. 15 marks grammar. ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ fill in the blanks ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕಳ್ಕೋಬಾರ್ದು. out of 50. You should go up to 47, 48. Only then you may cross 90 plus. Before, get all these things right. Question tags, jumbled segments, very easy, not an issue at all. Correction of errors, ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜನರಲಿ ವರ್ಬ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ತಪ್ಪಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Hope you have recalled the chapter on tenses. Generally, where you may lose some work, maybe report writing and speech writing. So far as letter writing is concerned, the format in the textbook is so very nice. Get it by heart. Replace where necessary. The example given probably in the textbook is a computer operator. Remove the computer operator. Fill in with the relevant one. Very easy. Why I am telling you to get it by heart is to avoid probable mistakes that we may commit. It reduces the mistakes. Therefore, learn it by heart. You know, I've told you in class also, many graduates forget about the stream of graduation. Maybe engineering, medicine, or BA, BSc, BCom, whatever it is. Ask them to write an application for job. They'll find it tough. They'll begin to grow. It's very important, this particular one, letter writing for job, application writing for job. It is quite an important concept. Learn it properly. Reduce the probable number of errors in application writing, whereby you can aspire to score more. 5 marks, you should get all the 5 marks. Report writing, speech writing, you have a choice. Choose one of the two. Report writing, speech writing. So far as report writing is concerned, a graph will be given. You are asked to interpret the graph, develop a report. Graph speaks. Graph tells you so many things. It gives you a lot of information. You only have to compile the information in the form of a report. That's what you are expected to do. The graph speaks. You should have good ears to hear. It tells you so many things. If you have sharp, good ears, you can really hear the graph talking. That is one. The other one is speech writing, where the points that could be used in your speech are also given there in the question. You only have to develop the points into a speech. Use the points, the hints given there, develop into a speech. If you attempt speech writing, remember, how to address, how to begin your speech. If it is your classmates, college mates, your faculty or teachers, how do you start the speech? If you are making a speech in public, how do you start your speech? That is also relevant. I have given you the example of Swami Vivekananda when I taught you this, brothers and sisters. So that is how he felt. He addressed the gathering. So, choose the right format, write this. All the points are given there. Given, if you ask me, I will attend speech writing because it is much simpler. All the points are given there. Just add a bit in front and afterwards, front and back. Add madre, sentence added. Use all the points given there and write the speech. When it comes to report writing, I have given you one sentence, learn it by heart. Start the report with that very sentence. As far as possible, when you are attempting a report, reason it out. Reason it. For example, the graph contains the percentage of increase of literacy in India over the years. They give you every 10 years gap. In 1950, it was 10%. 1960, it was 15%. Goes on, goes on, goes on. Then you should always say why it is increasing. Similarly, computerization in banks. Banks are now computerized. It does the work of so many people. And it reduces the number of people working in a bank. Then once again you have to reason it out. Similarly, it may be comparing a rural woman and an urban woman and an urban woman, or how we spend our money every month, how an urban person spends his money and how a rural one spends his money. Maybe a comparison. That's how a graph is given. Understand the graph, interpret it with reason. Reason that surely matters, and don't forget to give a title to the report. Don't forget to title it, give a title to the report. I have to revise. Now, any questions you have on these things that we discussed on question that general sequence, report writing, speech writing, note making, of course, is not at all difficult. Everything is given there. We just choose or pick out the correct words, put it in the box. Remember, if generally you are asked to draw the diagram and write the correct answer in the box. Therefore, don't forget to draw the diagram. I will sit around this. I have repeatedly told you this in the class. Still, in the preparatory exam, 4 of you didn't draw the diagram, but simply wrote the answers. I had simply scored off the question. I had given you 0. Answers were correct, but the diagram was not drawn. Therefore, read the instructions properly, read it slowly, then attempt the answer. Therefore, when you are asked to draw the diagram and answer. Let's move on to another important topic that we use in our day-to-day lives, the Quartets Speech. Supposed to be one of the toughest concepts. I think we spent nearly 20 to 30 hours on this. particular concept, direct reported speech. Reported speech, direct speech, what is found within inverted commas, what is found between quotations, we understand it as direct speech. And what I tell, what you told, what I report, someone else becomes reported speech. Reported speech we use very, very frequently in our day-to-day conversation, day-to-day lives. Lot of situations arise where we use reported speech. Some of the main changes: present tense becomes past tense, simple present becomes simple past, present continuous becomes past continuous, present perfect becomes past perfect, past tense. If the direct speech is in the past tense, reported becomes past perfect. Remember, this is where your knowledge will be tested. Generally, there will be a question where it will be in the past tense. You have to change it into past perfect. I went to market. He said, I went to market. He told that. What is the past perfect of went? Had gone. I had gone to market. He said that he had gone to market. That is the reported speech of this. I went to market is in the past tense, becomes past perfect. Had gone to past. Had is past, gone is had is sorry. Had is perfect, gone is past. Past perfect. So had past, then other. See, that's all. You have to change this. Present tense becomes past tense becomes past perfect, present perfect, past perfect. When it is in past perfect, once again, remember, it is in past perfect only. It remains unchanged. Tense doesn't change. Remember all these things, students. These are very important areas. When it is in past perfect, there will be no change at all. Past perfect. Tense remains the same, only pronouns change. I may become he or she as the context may be. Otherwise, no change. And I also told you one important concept. It is not asked in the exams at all. See, all these things we are trying where it is in the past. Said. When it is in the present tense, the principal says, I will not permit you to go out. The principal says, I will not permit you to go out. Look at this. Says. It is in the present tense. Therefore, the tense does not change. The principal says that he will not permit us to go out. Says remains the same. ಇದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು. This is not asked in the exam. This is only for information check. We are doing this. Now we go to, these are all regarding assertive sentences. What are the changes that we do when it comes to assertive? Quotations removed. I becomes he, she, whatever it is, depending upon the context. We use the conjunction that. Present tense becomes past tense. Or past tense becomes past perfect depending upon the sentence. When it comes to interrogative sentence, that comes to interrogative, imperative, exclamatory, how do we go about? If the sentence has an interrogative word, remember indirect reported speech. Reporting verb is very, very important. Very important. Depending upon the sentence, we have to choose the reporting verb. I've told you in the class as well. Said, says, said, say, ene idru. You make it told. That is the safest thing to do. Said to the pura use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ complications ಬೇಡ, make it told. When it comes to interrogative request, see if it is an interrogative sentence, use the interrogative word in the reported speech. Interrogative ಅನ್ನೋ ಪದ ಬಂದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಬೇಕು ನಿಮಗೆ. The reporting verb should be asked, question, enquire, one of these three. And if the question doesn't contain an interrogative word, then you have to use if or whether. If or whether. So, depending upon the sentence, interrogative ಬಂದಾಗ ಅದನ್ನು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬಂದಾಗ, ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಬಂದಾಗ, don't use that. Even in the interrogative sentence, don't use a conjunction that. He questioned, he inquired, which was the road. He inquired where the post office was. He questioned that anta baribedi. He questioned where the post office was. Is this the post office? Is this the college? Now look here, we don't have an interrogative word here. Is. There we have to use if or whether. And then we have imperative, maybe a request, maybe an order. When we are changing this, remember, we will not use that, we will not use an interrogative word, we will not use if, we will say the reporting verb should be maybe, requested, asked. Can you get me a cup of water? Can you get me a cup of water? So now we can say, if we could get a cup of water. See, that is the thing. He asked for a cup of water. Requested for a cup of water. See now, without changing the meaning, we have to change into reported speech. The meaning should remain the same. Therefore, there is nothing like this is the only way of changing the sentence. Same sentence can be put in 3 or 4 ways, different ways. What did use that? Use it in the right way. So we have seen when it comes to imperative, comes to order, stop the car. The police said. The police doesn't request you to stop the car, does he? No. Police order to stop the car. Therefore, when you are changing orders into reported speech, remember you have to use to. And you have to get the mood of the sentence. Choose the correct reporting verb. When you are changing into reporting verb, there are certain words you have to drop, you have to omit when you are changing into reported speech. For example, well, very well, to tell you the truth, I think, so, alas, oh, these are all exclamations, other things, these words you may have to omit when you change into reported speech. Keeping all these things in mind, attempt to change the sentence, the conversations you find in the textbook, in the core book, idioms and phrases. About 10 to 12 sentences are given in your textbook. Attempt them, learn the correct answer. It is likely one or two of them may appear. They may appear. Therefore, try all that. Any questions you have, you can post them. May not be in a class like this. I will try to clarify your doubts over phone also. Don't hesitate. Post your questions. I will try to clarify them over phone. Hope I have covered, I have revised the syllabus. Wish you all good luck. Hope you come out in flying colors. May God bless you. Thank you.